Hi, hello, my dear schizos. How are you all? இன்றைக்கி நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போகிறோன்னா, நேற்று பார்த்த நியூஸ் டுடே எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் பார்க்க போகிறோம். சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட் வந்து கர்நாடகா ஹைகோர்ட்டையும் கர்நாடகா கவர்மெண்ட்டையும் தக் லைஃப் மூவி ரிலீஸ் பண்ணாததுக்காக என்னம்மா பேசியிருக்கு, என்ன ஆர்டர் பாஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கு, அதோட முடிவுரை என்ன, ஏன்னா இன்றைக்கி தான் ஹியரிங் அட்ஜென்ட் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ வாட் ஹேப்பன்ட் இன் த சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட் டுடே ஃபார் த ரிலீஸ் ஆஃப் தக் லைஃப் இன் கர்நாடகா, அதோட எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் தான் பார்க்க போகிறோம். வாங்க, லெட்ஸ் ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் கெட் டு த வீடியோ. Supreme Court clears a way for Thug Life release song. Come on, let's go.
Let's get you the latest update coming from the state of Karnataka. It is about Kamal Hassan's film Thug Life that has received the Supreme Court's green light and a strong message. The top court ordered that the film's release must be given a go-ahead and has in fact directed the Karnataka government to ensure peaceful screening. The bench also told the state to act strictly against all kind of disruptors. Meanwhile, the film chamber has clarified that it is not going to block the release of the film Thug Life. That's the latest update coming in. We have my colleague Dipankar joining us on the broadcast. For more on this, Dipankar, this is being seen as a big relief to Kamal Hassan and the makers of the film. Finally, the Supreme Court has given a go-ahead that the film can be released in Karnataka now.
Well, yes, it is a big relief to Mr. Kamal Hassan and to the producers of the film, as the Supreme Court has taken on record the submissions of all the parties, the interveners, as well as the respondents, along with the counter affidavit of the state of Karnataka, and they have given a submission which has been taken by the court on record, where they have said that they will not impede in any kind of way towards the screening of the movie. The Supreme Court also directed the state of Karnataka to take action against any person who is going to impede the movie or is in any way going to put a stop on the movie's release. And any kind of civil or criminal action can be taken by the state of Karnataka. That is the order that the Supreme Court has given after taking into account the counter affidavit that was filed by the state of Karnataka, where it was very clearly stated that they are bound to provide an unimpeded release, and they will be taking action against any kind of any person or any group which will go and cause any kind of impediment in the release of the movie in the state of Karnataka. The court, while giving these directions, also remarked that we must also have control over our emotion, and there is a huge difference between the real life and the real life. So these are the most important updates from the Supreme Court, and now the green light has been given by the Supreme Court, and Kamal Hassan's movie The Thug Life can be released in the state of Karnataka very soon after the submission from the Supreme Court, and now the green light has been given by the Supreme Court, and Kamal Hassan's movie The Thug Life can be released in the state of Karnataka very soon after the submissions that have been given and that have been taken on record by the Supreme Court.
Right. Dipankar, stay with us. We have my colleague Dharini also joining us on the broadcast on the story. Like you were mentioning, some of the observations by the Supreme Court were quite strong. Supreme Court on the outrage on Kamal Hassan's film has in fact slammed the culture of intolerance. Supreme Court has observed that there's no end to protest over emotion. Supreme Court asks, where are we headed? And Supreme Court also observed that one can't ban films over sentiments. Let art breathe, control emotions as well as message. Let me once again go back to my colleague Dipankar on specifically these observations that were made by the Supreme Court today. Very interesting points coming in from the top court and a different point of view if you look at what the Karnataka High Court earlier had to say about this entire controversy.
Well, yes, these observations were made after one of the interveners who had intervened into the petition had said that the statements that were made during the promotion by Mr. Kamal Hassan had in fact hurt the sentiments of the people of the state of Karnataka, and because of that hurt sentiment, these agitations were going on. And at that point of time, the Supreme Court very clearly said that where are we headed? Well, over hurt sentiments, a ban is being imposed on the films that is going to be released, and we should have control over our emotions, and there is a huge difference between the real life and the real life. These were the words that the Supreme Court had said while giving a go-ahead for the release of the movie and directing the state of Karnataka to ensure the rule of law is maintained and law and order is maintained in the state of Karnataka and ensure an unimpeded release of the movie Thug Life in the state of Karnataka.
Deepanka, request you to stay on with us. Let me now go across to my colleague Dharini as well for more on this. Dharini, this Mani Ratnam directed film released across the country on 5th of June, except in Karnataka. Now with this go-ahead coming in from the Supreme Court, with the assurance coming in from the Karnataka government that they will ensure that there is no untoward incident, protection is going to be given, are we likely to see the film eventually getting released in Karnataka as well?
It is up to the distributor of the film in Karnataka to decide. We are Films and Studios, who are the distributor of Thug Life in Karnataka. They've expressed an opinion that if the film is released now, that is almost 15 days after the original date of release, then they will not see a good business. And practically also across the country, Thug Life has been receiving a mixed response. While one set of people, they say that this film is watchable in theatres, the other set did not really have a great opinion about the movie. So the movie has not become a blockbuster, and it has been receiving mixed opinions, from across the country. So now we have to wait and see for what the distributor in Karnataka is going to decide. That is VR Films and Studios. Of course, it's been 15 days, almost 15 days since the release of the film, and as far as business is concerned, as I told, the movie cannot be considered a blockbuster. Even in Tamil Nadu, here the people, the audience, they were having a mixed review about the film. So let's wait and see for an official reaction from the distributor of Karnataka, that is VR Films and Studios. And as far as Mr. Kamal Hassan is concerned, he's been maintaining that his controversial statement that Kannada was born out of Tamil, that was made out of love. He says that there is no need to apologize for the statement, and even till now, Kamal Hassan has been refusing to apologize, maintaining his stance. Let's wait and see how both the distributor in Karnataka, that is VR Films and Studios, and also Mr. Kamal's faction here in the state, they are responding to these strong observations from the Supreme Court.
Stay on with us, Dharini, as well as Deepankar. In fact, we have more breaking inputs as well coming in at this point in time. My colleague Neha also joins us on the broadcast, and she'll be telling us, what happens next. Will the movie finally get released in the state of Karnataka or not? That's a question that needs to be asked right now. And what we are getting to know right now is that, viewers, the distributors of the film are a little unsure as far as this particular decision is concerned, because according to the distributors, it does not really make any kind of business sense right now. Supreme Court has given a go-ahead, but distributors a bit unsure, because remember, across the country, the film was released on 5th of June, except in Karnataka, where its release was stalled following outrage over lead actor Kamal Hassan's reported remark that it was Tamil that gave birth to Kannada. Let me go across to Neha for more on this. Neha, so what is it that the distributors, the producers of the film have to say?
Now it's not, collections won't be there as much as we can expect after 2 weeks. And the picture also is underperformed. So it doesn't make any sense in releasing the movie now. Because almost the people, some of his fans and other people who would want to watch the movie, they would have gone to the neighboring state like Hosur, and they would have watched the movie. Moreover, after second, third week also, even the profit sharing also will get reduced in multiplex. We as a business, we have done the distribution, and now it is not the correct time to release the movie after 2 weeks.
True. That's the sad part, actually. It makes sense. It doesn't make any sense to release it right now. Right.
Let me go across to my colleague Neha now, who's live with us. Neha earlier was having a conversation with the distributor of the film. Neha, now clearly distributors feel that it does not make business sense to release the film in Karnataka now, but what happens next? Are there any chances of the film getting released in Karnataka at all or not?
கமல்ஹாசனையும் ஓன் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணலாம், ஏன் அதை பண்ண மாட்டேன்னு தெரியல. கமல்ஹாசனையும் ஓன் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷனில் மல்டிப்ளெக்ஸஸில் மட்டும் டீல் போட்டு ஸ்டோர் 1 week 2 week மட்டும் சும்மா பேருக்கு 10 நேம்ஸேக்கு கூட ரிலீஸ் ஆக்சுவலி. பட் said he won't go ahead with the release. This is decision finally.
Because Karnataka government has given assurance that it will ensure that there is no law and order situation in the state following the release.
Well, Hina, we've just spoken with the distributor there, VR Films, who's, of course, made their stand. They're quite clear that one, it's been 2 weeks since the film released already across the country, so it makes no business sense at this point in time to try and release the film. Secondly, the fact that the film hasn't received a blockbuster response, like Dharani also was earlier mentioning, also further raises questions about the kind of box office collections that the film would have now if it's released in the 3rd week. Third, also given the fact that, Karnataka's proximity, of course, to a place called Hosur where the film was released, would probably ensure that all of those who were genuinely interested in watching the film, in fact, would have gone to Hosur or to neighboring, states and watched the film already, is what the distributor says.
Right.
Now, 3 good reasons, of course, here for the distributor, in his view, to not release the film in the state. Whether there is a possibility now, of course, that a different distributor would come into the picture, maybe,
Right.
legally also, of course, if that could be an
Comment section पे पापा. Let it be. That is a success and justice we are waiting for. What's the use? Even Tamil are not just to watch the movie. Boring. என்ன கதை என்ன மிஷன் தெரியாம வந்துருக்குறாப்புல. இப்போதைக்கு that's it from my end. Hope you enjoyed the video. பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க. And if you want some suggestions, if you have some suggestions, bro, இப்படி பண்ணலாம், recommendations or feedbacks on the comment section தெரியப்படுத்துங்க. And if you want to support me, hit that subscribe button. That's the only you can support and accompany YouTubers like me. கூடிய சீக்கிரம் ஒரு நல்ல வீடியோ சந்திக்கிறேன். See you all. Peace out.